Hi, I'm Scott Wolf, and I want to tell you how a classic scene in the Jungle Cruise wasn't intended for the attraction. The Jungle Cruise was one of the most popular attractions when Disneyland first opened in 1955. Long before the advent of audio animatronics, Walt Disney wanted his jungle filled with animals that were, as he once put it, as realistic as their live counterparts. And he was wildly successful, no pun intended, the likes of which had never been seen before. By the 1960s, Walt wanted to add some humor to Disneyland. He was a great admirer of animator Marc Davis, who was on his staff, and he asked him to come up with some new ideas. Here's a photo I took of Marc and his wife Alice, who designed the costumes for so many classic attractions. Marc told me before Walt asked him to design scenes for attractions like the Jungle Cruise and the Mine Train, there wasn't much humor in Disneyland at all. Soon, Marc found himself designing humorous scenes for new attractions like Pirates of the Caribbean, the Haunted Mansion, It's a Small World, and much more. Marc designed one of the most iconic scenes in the Jungle Cruise, the Trapped Safari, and this is the original concept art for that. But it wasn't originally designed for that attraction. I want you to hear about it in Marc's own words. I recorded this back in 1997 with a tape recorder that was on its last leg. As a result, there's a horrible squeak in this interview. Add to that how much the tape deteriorated before I digitized it, and it's just not good quality at all. But I hope that doesn't detract from your enjoyment of hearing this story from a true Disney legend.
I had done that because Walt had asked me to take a look at all the attractions and find things I could do to spot around the outside of them and the train would see it. And this would be like, would have been advertising if it was in there. And the Trapped Safari was one that I did for that reason. He said, oh no, that's too good. That's gotta be in the right.
Here's another bit of trivia that Marc told me about that scene. If you look carefully at the photo that I took, you'll notice that only the safari member at the very top is Caucasian. All the rest have darker skin. Marc explained to me that's because he thought it would be funny if the Great White Hunter was the first one up the pole, the biggest coward of all. I love listening to Marc's stories. He told me stories like that quietly, very matter of fact, and yet these were first-hand accounts of important parts of Disney history that Marc was a major part of. I was so lucky to have known people like Marc, and it gives me joy to be able to share these stories with you.